What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 21 of the Pat and Dan Show. As usual, I'm Patrick Hennessy, joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Dan Rourke. How are we doing today, Dan?
By the way, I'm not sure if you saw this, bro. Twitterless Dan Rourke. Did you see I can't be on Twitter right now?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like a 12-hour ban, right?
It is, but now they're not letting me go on the app. But yeah, man, I'm not feeling it, bro. I'm not having a good day because the Yankees.
Yeah, listen. For those of you who did not watch today's game, you're in luck. You're in very good luck because you missed a great game, to be honest. The Yankees lost by a final score of 8-0. Brutal
Can
performance.
I pose you
bro.
a question before you get into this?
Yeah, go for it.
Outside of like the obvious heartbreakers, like the Angels game, and like any game that gets blown, right, where we're the lead, like, would you say this is the worst loss this season? Like just regular loss? Like, to me, it is.
Sure.
Outside of like, just being a regular loss, not like a blown game, because it obviously takes a cake. Like to me, bro, today was the worst loss of the season. That like you had to watch a full game of the worst loss of the season. Do you agree?
No.
Like what's worse? What's worse than this game was today, bro? This
Losing
was
to the Orioles.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
And I did say this exact same thing about the game yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever. But like, I don't know, bro. Today was rough, very rough.
Yeah, I mean, listen, talking about today's game. Listen, before we get into it, let's take a 10-roll call. Appreciate you all for stopping by on this very depressing Labor Day. But who we have in the chat? We got Evan, we got Taco Nacho, Dale, Matt, Riley, Horace, we got Trey, Ahmed, we got Chabuzi, AJA, we got you, Elvis, Discriminator, Futai, Unhinged Chiefs, Antonio, Jesse, Matt. Appreciate you all so much for stopping by. You guys are all legends in your own right. But you know who's not a legend? New York Yankees, dude. Are you checking your watch? We just started here, Dan. What are we doing?
Somebody Snapchatted me, bro.
Dan, we're 3 minutes in. You're already all right. So
Somebody Snapchatted me and alerted me.
what I was saying here is that, listen, today's game, complete catastrophe. I kind of went into this series not with really too high expectations because, you know, they just lost series at home to the Baltimore Orioles, a team that's 50 games below 500. But then showing up against Hyunjin Ryu and putting up the performance that you did today is disgraceful. Because it's not like he's owned the Yankees franchise over the past few years, right? And this is a lineup that we consider at full strength now. So there's no reason that you go out there and you play the way that you did. And also, bro, the defense has been putrid as well. I'm looking at Glaber. I'm looking at Gio. These guys just can't make the simple plays that we expect them to. They're just not there right now. Like at all. They might physically be on the field, but they're not there mentally at all.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like, I could go on for hours about my disappointment with Glaber in particular. But, like, I feel like, you know, because people are mentioning it in, like, the chat, too. But, like, the offense is, like, the main problem, you know. I mean, because it was a close game up until they decided to put in Krisky in the ninth. But, like, when Judge, Stanton, and, like, Gallo, like, they showed the graphic today, when all of them are struggling the way they have been. I mean, really just Judge and Stanton because Gallo's been bad for the most part. But, like, we're not, like, our offense, bro, is not good when both of those guys are cold. Judge and Stanton. Yeah. And like I feel like, you know, the losing streak stopped while they were still hot, but like it's been like the losses lately since the beginning of the Baltimore series have been like a lot more pathetic, a lot more embarrassing, a lot more lifeless. And I feel like that really does stem from how either Judge or Stanton are doing. Because when both of them are off, like that's where you like the games feel like it's a lifeless performance, which is what it's been.
No, yeah, I mean, like you look at the middle of the order here. Also, I don't know why my camera's doing that. It's pissing me off a little bit.
What?
Listen, like,
what's it doing?
Bro, it's like it's flip flopping between like being really bright and like being like really color contrasty. It's pissing me off. But like I was saying, I think like in the past 5 games or whatever, Judge, Stanton, and Gallo have combined to be like 1 for 35 or something. Like, I'm sorry, but like that's unacceptable because it's not like you're going up against like the Astros, dude, with like top tier pitching or like the White Sox even. Dude, you're going up against the Baltimore Orioles and the Blue Jays. Like, what are we doing? The fact that they can't seem to piece anything together makes me sick to my stomach.
I'm not mad at Judge and Stanton. I'm not like mad at them. It's just like
no, I'm not mad at them, but also at the same time, it's like, bro, you're gonna perform like this poorly right now.
Well, it's just like at some point they were going to cool off, and it is still like what, like a 3-game, 4-game sample size, but like it just sucks that they're doing it together, and like it kind of just like exposes the rest of the lineup in a sense too. Like nobody else is performing, and we're really getting to that point now where like how you've been is basically how your season overall is going to look. And DJ LeMahieu, bro, is just having a bad year. Like we're now in September, and he's done really nothing for us. I mean, like guys like him, Gio. I mean, I know he had a hit today. I think like Gio's been. He's been terrible since coming back from the IL, but for the most part this year, he's been nothing better than like slightly above average. Glaber, we know, has been terrible. So like I said before, like when Judge and Stan aren't on and like Gallo hasn't hit since coming over, like things are not going to work out unless one of those two at least is performing.
I know, and also, like, isn't this the same thing that I feel like we go through, like, just about every season, right? We look at the Yankees, and they seem like they're, like, doing so. Why are you confused?
No, I just see somebody dumb in the comments saying, Dan, don't defend Judge. Like, it shouldn't even be a topic, oh, I got to defend Judge. Like, I don't think we should really be, like, pointing it out as, like, a diss on Judge or diss on Stanton. It's just, like, it's more sort of diss on the rest of the lineup, that when Judge and Stanton aren't hitting, like, we've essentially been screwed. So, no, there's no need to defend Judge. I don't think, Pat, you feel need to defend anybody here. Like, we're just pointing it out. I'm not defending Judge.
Well, I'm saying that, like, no, bro, I'm looking at, like, this lineup up, like, top to bottom. Not one person deserves to be, like, defended for right now. Like, not a single person.
But I'm saying, like, we should be having a conversation where, like, we're in a place where we have to defend Judge and Stanton. Like, I'm not myself. What I'm saying is, like, I'm not going at them. I'm just pointing out that, like, when they're not performing, the rest of the lineup isn't performing. But that's not like me dissing either of them. Like, they're not going to be hot 24/7. They're not going to be like the best players in baseball, 162 games a year.
No, for sure. But listen. Shout out to Jesus, a.k.a. King Chavez, with the $5 donor. Appreciate you so much, Jesus. He says Torres needs to be sent down. Gallo needs to be sat a couple games. He sucks at the plate, taking them strikeouts while he thinks he walked his garbage. One thing that I do want to bring up here regarding, like, Joey Gallo, I'm shocked he hasn't gotten a day off. I'm shocked, bro. Especially, like, I thought if you were going to give him a day off, today was probably the day, right? Especially, like, you want to give Gardner some time in the outfield, sure. But then when you have, like, Gallo in the outfield and you still bench Voit, bro, it's just a weird scenario that the Yankees, like, decide not only are we going to continue playing Gallo every single day, we're going to continue putting him in that 2-hole every single day as well.
That's where I was going to go with it. Like, I say, I don't even care about Gallo getting a day off. I'm sure he will. Maybe he'll get a day tomorrow. But, like, bro, I didn't understand, like, moving him up to – I mean, I guess when they moved up to the 2-hole, they wanted to have Judge and Stanton as, like, protection. Maybe he gets more pitches to hit, whatever. But, like, from the get-go, I didn't understand that. Like, if anything, you should have dropped him from the 5-hole. I'm officially on that train. Like, all right, bat Gallo 6 or 7. Judge should go back to batting second. You can bat Rizzo third to break up the righties. Stanton fourth, and then bat Gary fifth. Bat whoever fifth. Just like, and even from like, and I wouldn't have said this a couple weeks ago, but now I will say, like, you can clearly tell, and they pointed out in the broadcast the other day, like, Gallo, and Boone said it, Gallo is starting to press. Like, you can see he wants to do, like, a lot, you know? So, like, when that's the case, that's where going down to, like, dropping somebody down to 6th, 7th, to 8th, like, that just reduces the pressure, which that alone could be something to fix Gallo. You know what I'm saying? Like, so them moving him up made no sense, especially when they should have dropped him in the order. Yeah,
and also, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to maybe, like, letting Rizzo lead off, especially because we mentioned, like, how much DJ has been struggling this year. Like, bro, at this point, like, just shift everything up. Like, you guys are seeing that, like, it's not working, right? Ever since the 13-game win streak ended, which this is something that I really want to get into later, but the Yankees have not been good, like, at all. They look like the first half Yankees all over again, and they've done nothing to kind of, like, shift things up at all. It's like, why continue using what's not working for you? Like, bro, clearly the lineup is struggling, so why not maybe just try Rizzo at leadoff a little bit more? Why not move DJ down to 6, 7? Like, you don't have to stick with these guys in their set roles that they've been in all year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's aggravating. No, I'm with you, bro. I'd be so down to bat Rizzo leadoff, but yo, I just feel like when the team started looking bad, those games in Oakland, I mean, unless I'm not remembering correctly, they weren't, like, concerningly bad. Like, there's, they lost a game. Like, they're going to lose. Bro, I don't want to say this, but it's like, it seems like since Gleyber came back, bro, and I'm not sure if it's a coincidence. I'm sure it is, but, like, there's just something different about him. Like, maybe it's not a matter of, like.
In a good way or a bad way?
Bad. Because Gleyber came back on the first Baltimore game, right? That was the Friday game, I think, the first Baltimore game. And, like, I feel like ever since then, like, we've looked a lot more lifeless. Like, we've looked like the early 2021 Yankees. So maybe it's not a matter of, like, Gleyber coming back that, like, hurt this team, but, like, maybe it's taking out a guy like Velasquez or, you know, Wade has less chance to get in games now. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just, like, Gleyber point aside, like, it seems more so that it's been since the beginning of the homestand that they've been playing, like, concerning baseball. Like, I didn't feel that way in the West Coast trip. They were just losing games.
I disagree, though, because, like, listen, if you want to go, like, the route of, like, blaming someone, like, coming back, like, you could look at the return of Gio Urshela, because, I mean, you look at his return.
It goes hand in hand with me, so I'm not
disagreeing. When did he come back, actually?
I think he was the first
to start the Oakland series, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then they won the first 2 in Oakland. But, I mean, let's not forget that game. I know you mentioned, like, that the 2 losses in Oakland weren't too concerning. I think it was the game where the win streak ended. Was one of the most sloppy games of the season. Gio made, like, 2 errors, I believe. Gallo misplayed the ball in left field. Isn't that how they ended up?
I may just not be remembering correct. I just remember not being like concerned at that point, but maybe I was just expecting a loss at some point for them to come back down to earth.
But they've been sloppy for a while now.
That's fair. Then I'm not even going to dispute if they have been. I just haven't really noticed it since like the homestand. But also too, I mean, the offense. Like I feel like the offense like that. I'm pretty confident about. Like hasn't been looking like pathetic until like. I mean, I guess they scored like 6 runs yesterday. That's really just because of Gary, but. The offense has looked concerning ever since the beginning of the homestand. I feel like that is I'm pretty sure certain about.
No, and bro, also like what my point was originally is like the offense has been like gone, missing in action. And the thing is, they're not going up against top tier pitching, so there's no reason for them to kind of go like missing. So it's not a fact of like the pitching is just overpowering them. It's a mental thing, dude, and that's what pisses me off the most because like stuff like that can't be happening this late in the year. Your mental space, and obviously I don't know for sure like where their mental space is, but it should be locked in, like gunning for the playoff hunt, dude. We had the division on our mind a week ago before the win streak ended, and look at us now. We don't even know if we're gonna make a wild card spot. Dude.
I'm not. I'm still pretty confident that like we're gonna get a wild card spot.
Bro,
but yeah, I'm
we
not
thought it was a lock.
Yeah, no, I still think because the thing is, I can't see us playing this bad the rest of the year, and also too, I mean, like Oakland like has been crapping the bed lately. Like I don't believe in the Mariners. I mean, if any team were to scare me right now, that's not currently holding a postseason spot. It actually is the Blue Jays. Like they're a good team. Like we got to admit. Really but yeah, I mean, bro, like we kind of talked about it a little bit before the show. I'm done like scoreboard watching the Rays. Like I'll check in every now and then, like see what the game's back is, but like. We really just got to focus on one, like you said, securing a wildcard spot, and two, like you got to make sure that game's at home. So, like I said, we were talking about it before. Like I'm fully rooting for the Rays in the series against the Red Sox. Like, you want the Red Sox to lose. Like that's the team we should be watching the most right now.
And that's because we've kind of given up on the division. Like I don't really see any chance of the division kind of happening at this point. Like something would have to go seriously wrong for the Rays.
It's like remember what I said back in like June or July. Like I'll let them surprise me, not disappoint me. Like I'm not gonna give up and be like, oh, there's not a chance it happens, but like. Yeah, I'm not going to be like actively hoping for the division. Yeah, like it seems kind of unlikely.
Shout out to Jesus, aka King Chavez, another $5 donor. Appreciate you, my man. He says 1 through 9 hitters today look like bozos besides Rizzo and Gardy. Everyone else looked hopeless, even our damn so-called captain Judge. All right, this is a little bit too much coming after Judge for no reason. Listen.
Yeah, but oh my god, like this shit's dude. Like these people embarrass
this bothers me a little bit.
I'm sure you're a nice guy, Jesus, but like. Bro, like, and some people were saying, like, oh, like, Judge carried us in 2017. They said they trying to back up Judge. Like, bro, like, go back to 3-4 days ago. Like, we were talking about Judge as, like an MVP candidate, and he still is, like, in the same standing as he was before. But, like, let's come back to reality, guys. Like, it's been, like, 3 to 4 games? And I know we're very reactionary as fans, but, like, and, like, same with Stan. Like, people were saying, oh, like, Stan's right back to the same old Stan. It's like, bro, it's been 3 to 4 games.
So
like, it's baseball. And, like, I'm not saying this about Jesus or anybody in the chat here, but it's just like it exposes people as fans sometimes. And I'm trying to think, it's like, man, like how long have you really watched baseball? If like this is how you're going to react to a guy going over 12 in a 3 to 4 game. So you can say, oh, it sucks. Like, oh, it's changed the way the team has looked. Yes, because that is true. But like to all of a sudden assume like Judge or Stan's not having a good year, that they're like they should be criticized. It's like it kind of exposes you as like a fake fan.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Casual fan.
Also, dude, like if you want to say that about Gallo, like sure, this is a very large sample size at this point. But you can't say about Judge and Stan who've struggled for 3 games.
That's why, like before, like when I was going off the yes graphic, and it's like I don't even want to really compare like put Gallo in that same group because it was Judge and Stan that were carrying us. Gallo, he hasn't even strung together. I feel like 3 good games in a row as a Yankee so far. So like he's been cold the entire time. But like as for like so he's free to criticism, bro. And they were right on the broadcast. This is gonna happen now. Now that the Yankees aren't winning, Gallo is gonna hear it, bro, from the fans.
No, for sure.
That shit will get by, bro. Like if you're winning, you got time to figure it out. Then yeah, sure. But like if the Yankees continue to lose games and Gallo continues to have what did he go? Did he have a
platinum sombrero or whatever? 4 Ks, I think.
4 strikeouts. Yeah, what is that? Yeah. That's golden sombrero, right?
I think so. Sombrero? Yeah.
Whatever the 4 Ks. Yeah, bro. He continues to do that. Like it's gonna get bad, and it already is pretty loud for Gallo. So I mean,
yeah, and bro, also. I mean, we're talking about like people blaming players. You know what's pissing me off that I've seen like A, so much on Twitter of today, and B, so much in the comments already? Bro, people shitting on Luke Voit. Like what are we doing as a fan base?
I haven't seen too much of that, but that's dumb.
No, bro, I literally I posted a tweet today and I was like, yo, the way the Yankees have kind of been like handling Luke Voit as of late is like really pissing me off because they throw him in these pinch hit spots and then people just automatically expect him to come up in the 8th inning, going up against like a top reliever and expect him to just hit a home run out of nowhere after not getting consistent at bats all day. And people are like, well, he sucks. And then they're like, like, oh, and he's asking for more playing time. Shut up, dude.
Yeah.
Like, how are you expecting Luke Voit to come up in these big situations and hit a home run every single time?
I'm totally with you, bro. Like, I feel like it's almost worse the fact that, like, yeah, they're not playing them as much as they should be. And then when they are playing them, it's in a pinch hit opportunity, which, like, that's hard to begin with. And some guys are just worse pinch hitters than others. Another thing that's been pissing me off, something I did see, I've seen 2 people do this now on Twitter, misquoting Voit. And it's a pretty big misquote.
Oh, I know.
He never said he deserves more playing time than Rizzo. Never once said that. He's like, I deserve to play as much as Rizzo does. And that is absolutely fair.
Bro, did you see the tweet I posted, like, right when they acquired Rizzo? And I'm not mentioning this media outlet because I despise them. I refuse to give them any acknowledgement.
Do I know who they are?
Huh?
Do I know who they are?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Dude, like they posted an article and it had like this such misleading quote of Luke Voit in the title. And they're like, "Oh, Luke Voit doesn't want like Anthony Rizzo to be on the team, whatever." And so I'm like, dude, there's no way. So I go and watch the entire press conference and I posted a video of like the full length like context of the quote. Bro, it makes so much more sense when he's saying like, bro, I'll do anything to help this team win. Like I'll sit on the bench. I'll come in as a pinch hitter. I'll start DH, whatever you guys need me to do, I'll do to help this team win. But of course the quote is like, I don't know why they traded for Anthony Rizzo. Like, bro, I don't know like what the media and what like the Yankees fan base has against Luke Voit at this point. It's weird, bro. It's like they've taken all the hate that they like directed towards Clint Frazier this whole time. They're like, yo, Luke Voit, he's the outspoken one now. He's gonna take all.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the miserable and the casual fans are because like I don't want to lump them all in the one group. Like I feel like most people are kind of with us. Like the educated fans are like saying the same things that we are, but like. Yeah, I mean, if you watch that Voit interview, which if you guys haven't, for anybody that's watching, if you haven't actually watched that interview where he said those quotes, like I encourage you to watch it because like it was a really good interview. Like the way Voit was talking, like it made me like him even more because he even said like he was like, I know I've been injured, like that's on me, and like that's why they basically saying like that's why they had to go out and get Rizzo. Like I was injured the entire year.
He held himself accountable.
Yeah, he did. He was holding himself accountable, but he also said it's like now that I'm healthy, like I do deserve to play as much as Rizzo does. Like my resume as a Yankee is pretty damn solid. I deserve to play, and Rizzo deserves to play too. Like now that he's on this team, he never once said that he deserves to play more than Rizzo does. So like just don't misquote him because like that's a pretty big misquote.
But that's a narrative that was spun for so long, and like people don't go in and do their own research. So it's like that's just automatically what they cling to, and they're like, "Oh, yo, Voigt's crying for playing time." Shut up.
One more thing on this show. Like in general, that's what people got to start doing because they got to start watching the actual interview. Because even if they get the quote right, word for word, just when you see it like on Twitter, bro, it just always sounds worse. Because like the way you say it in your head is probably not the way they said it in the interview. You know, like I remember Tyone. If you might remember, it was like a while ago. Like I think he was talking about like run support. Like he said something that wasn't bad at all.
Yes,
to, like,
I do remember.
And like it was taken so out of context.
Yeah.
It looked bad on the screen, but like you actually watch it, bro. Like he didn't say it in like an insulting way to the offense at all. You know, so just like going forward, people got to actually start watching.
The media pisses me off so much, dude. It's whatever. But yo, shout out to Dave with the big $10 dono. Appreciate you so much, my man. He says, not mad at Cashman because it seemed like a good move at the time, but Starling Marte would have been a better fit over Gallo. Too many power bats in this lineup. We need more balance. Plus, why the F is Krisky here? We're gonna touch on the pitching. We're gonna touch on Krisky. But I mean, speaking of Gallo, like obviously looking back, this is one of those things. Dan, we say this all the time, right? It was a good deal that just hasn't worked out so far. That's all it is.
And keep in mind too, the so far is like a month and 2 weeks, right? Ish, so like a month and a half. I mean, Gallo, if he comes up big in the postseason, even if he has one big home run, that could erase all of this. And not to interrupt you, Pat, but let's just get something clear. We know what the Marlins were asking for Starling Marte. They were asking for Anthony Volpe. If anybody who wants to do that, please, like, if you admit that, props to you for doing that. Because like, no way any of us with a smart, intelligent mind would want to give up Anthony Volpe for Starling Marte. And Marte, he's been tearing the cover off the ball too, so it always makes it seem like a lot more of a you want to do in hindsight.
For sure. Also, yo, shout out to Taco Nacho, the $2 donor. Appreciate you so much, my man. He said, at this point, I think we get a shortstop in free agency, Seager.
I don't, bro.
No, we're not.
I really started to think like there's not a chance the Yankees go out and get a shortstop because of Volpe though and Peraza.
Yes,
so I mean, like that's why this is the only situation where I would be like cool. And I said this in my video the other day. Like I'm totally cool at this point, like going with Gleyber for one more year because Also, recency bias could come into effect when I say this, but like, Gleyber's looked really bad the last couple of days since coming back from the IL. But remember what we were saying before, like he hasn't been terrible at shortstop. I do think he can hold his own for one more year to just pave the way. Someone's calling me. Gleyber to pave the way, or like hold the fort down for another year until Volpe comes up.
Is it bad that I disagree though? Like, bro, I don't want to watch another week of Gleyber Torres at shortstop. And I think the main reason because of that is because we saw what Velasquez could do there. And I missed like the days when Gleyber was gone, and we had a shortstop where like a ball was hit to him, and automatically we knew it was going to be an out.
No,
bro, I can't take this defense we've seen from Gleyber.
I feel that, bro. Like for this year, like I don't think it's going to happen, but like I feel that for this year. But like you're not going to go into next year with like Andrew Velasquez as your starting shortstop. So like unless you think there's like a 1 year guy, like I don't know if Simmons
could though. You could, especially if you think Volpe is going to be up like mid season.
No, because you're not going to go to Andrew Velasquez.
No,
because are you trading Gleyber? Or are you moving him to second or something? Like
I trade him. No, I trade him. But also, like, here's my thing, right? Because let's say Gleyber sticks around on this team and he goes into next season as your starting shortstop. I don't see any scenario, like barring injury, where you're going to call up Volpe like mid-season, and if he's raking in the minor leagues especially, and then you're going to bench Gleyber, that's not happening. So then where's the opening for Volpe to come up next season? Because I think he's your guy very soon.
No, I'm with you. But like the big difference is that like Gleyber's value is at like an all-time low. It's on its way to be an all-time low. So if you were to trade him in the offseason, like I don't think that's a smart idea. What else are you going to do with him? Well, no, because let's not act like Gleyber is all of a sudden like an incompetent player. Like no, like before the
defensively
injury,
he is.
Like no, that's not true. Like Gleyber was holding his own at shortstop. Like we're really, I feel like falling into like the recency bias since he came off the IL. He has not looked good at short, but like he was essentially like a league average defensive shortstop this year before getting hurt or whatever.
After the first month of the season, yeah.
So I mean, like I think Gleyber, like what I would be more so worried about would actually be like his offense. Is his offense going to be able to return to 2019, 2018 form next year? If we don't get a shortstop, I am comfortable with Gleyber being the guy for one more year until Volpe comes up. Like I think he's more than capable of like he's not terrible, bro. Like he's not terrible. It's just like he's not the ideal shortstop that we'd have.
He's not who I want as my shortstop going into a postseason game. He's not. Especially a one-game wild card where one error can lose you the season.
Bro, I've been saying this the whole time. Like, if it were up to me, bro, if Gleyber's really struggling going to the postseason, then I would sit him. You could play Gio at short, or you could play Velasquez if you want to. This year, yes.
But they're not going to do that. And that's why I make the argument for getting rid of Gleyber, because next season, if Volpe comes up in a spot, like where he can be the everyday shortstop, they're not going to let it happen because Gleyber's here. And that's why I'm saying, like, I'll just give him the boot, dude.
That's fair. But also, too, I mean, like, I feel like we get it confused about, like, what we would want to happen versus what the Yankees would actually do.
That's how I go. That's how I go.
No, I understand. But, like, I mean, I don't disagree with you on what the Yankees would do. But, like, as for what I would do, like, I think you'd be just fine with Gleyber Torres for one more year as your regular season shortstop until Anthony Volpe gets here. Like, he's not a terrible player. Like, let's not act all of a sudden like he's, like, the worst player in the world. He's just not exactly what you want.
I guess. But listen, speaking of Gleyber here, Taco Nacho with $2 donor. Appreciate you, my man. They said combine Voit and Torres for a really solid pitcher. I don't see that happening. You're not going to give up Voit and Torres for a solid pitcher. If you do a deal with Torres to get a pitcher, you'd probably have to give up like decent prospects as well in order to get
like. And also, I don't know. Like I feel like those aren't the guys. Like, if you have a solid pitcher and you're another team that has a solid pitcher, like you're not giving him up for like guys that are win now guys. Like Voit and Torres, like that's a win now. You'd want prospects for him.
No, yeah, and also
pitcher you're giving up.
Do you remember in the offseason the whole like Gleyber Torres, Luis Castillo kind of deal? Bro, the Yankees actually had an opportunity to get like Luis Castillo for Gleyber, and they didn't push on that. I'm gonna be sick.
I was lit up at the time for that. I really was. And Castillo, bro, he's pitching well again. He really is. Like he's having a good year.
And the Reds are in the playoff line, dude.
Are they second in the wild card right now? It's crazy because I know the Padres, they fell out of it, so I think you're right. Yeah.
Oh, they really fell out of it. Let me pull up the wild card standings here.
Yeah. So
they're half a game out of that second
Padres
spot.
Padres just went back in the.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But still, dude, I mean, who expected that out of the Reds this year? You know what I mean?
I know.
But also, big shout out to Juan Santiago, the big $20 dono. Appreciate you so much, my man. He says, I love you, Dan, but Gleyber's got to go.
And I don't entirely disagree. Like, I feel like what I'm saying is, like, I'm on the same wavelength as you guys at, like, Gleyber. He's definitely
You're
not
just
the
being
long-term
realistic
shortstop.
about it.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like, Glaber, I agree, not the long-term shortstop. I'm able to stomach him for one more year to not do, like, any short-term move. We don't have to sign anybody. I feel like I'm fine having Glaber for one more year until Volpe or Peraza come up. I feel like you guys, like, you're done with them right now. Like, you don't want Glaber towards your starting shortstop starting next year. Or you're saying starting now. But, like, as for next year, bro, like I said, I can live with it. But after next year, then, yeah, I feel like you kind of got to move on, either move him to second base or trade him. And if he does have a good year next year, then you're fine either way. Move him to second base where he's more comfortable, or trade him when his value's up.
Yeah. Also, like, my thing is here, kind of like going back to the original way we started this discussion, is looking at like all the shortstops in this year's free agent class. And if you would ask me, like, beginning of the season, if we were going to be going after any of those guys, I'd be like, yeah, go after Seager, go after Story, go after whoever. I don't want any one of those guys. And simply because of the emergence of a Peraza and a Volpe. And, bro, I just truly think that the Yankees don't need to go throw crazy money at a shortstop, and they could just go with what they have in the system. Because, to be honest with you, Dan, I was thinking about this earlier, and I don't know how you're going to feel about it. Probably not going to be on the same boat as me. But especially if they don't win the World Series this season, I have my sights 1,000% set on that next core, quote unquote next core, where I'm looking at like Volpe, Dominguez, Wells, Heel, and then you're able to combine that with like Judge and Cole. I'm looking so much more like towards that at this point than like Judge, Gary, Sevy. Like, I think that those days are kind of beginning to end.
Listen, besides the first name you mentioned in the ladder, bro, I'm with you. That
actually I'm saying Judge is going to be a part of that next core.
But dude, no, you actually just excited me, and this is a fresh thought in my head. Now that like you're saying this, bro, like that's interesting. If we don't win the World Series this year, that is something I'm actually going to kind of look forward to. Yeah. And it just popped in my head once you said that, like Judge would basically be. I mean, I guess he'd be a little bit older than he was at the time, but like the Bernie Williams, bro, of like the core four. You know, like he's a guy that's a little bit older. Was there in the beginning before they started winning championships with the new core with like Jeter, Mo, Posada, Pettit. All of a sudden, bro, that's kind of interesting. Like, whereas, like, if Judge is the guy that's in his
myself excited.
That's you got me excited, bro. Judge is that guy that's in his prime, that's still very good, probably gonna win an MVP or two in that time. And then you have, like the new young core coming up of, I mean, what Volpe's 20, Peraza, I think it's 20 as well. And dude, like, that actually is kind of exciting. That's exciting.
I mean, basically, like, I hate to like overhype what we're looking at here because obviously, like, at the end of the day, they're prospects. We don't know what's gonna be happening. But like, bro, I'm like trying to make comps to like the current core, I guess you want to compare it to. And dude, I'm looking at Dominguez as like a Judge type kind of presence. I'm looking at Volpe as like a Glaber type presence. I'm looking at a guy like Steven Riding as like a Betances type presence. Like, bro, we have comps and we have like guys who can step up in the next couple of years and kind of just be replacements for guys like Glaber or Gio. Maybe you eventually move Peraza to third. Maybe you acquire a third baseman. I don't know, but I hate to kind of address this now and like not in the offseason. But still, I'm truly looking forward to this next core. That's just what I'm looking
at. No, I'm glad you said that, bro. I'll be able to sleep a little bit better at night if we don't win the World Series. But you got to be thinking. I'm trying to see free agent third baseman this year because I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of moving on from Gio.
Yeah.
Are there any? Oh, it doesn't look like it. Wait. Oh, damn it. They get me excited, bro. They put Jose Ramirez as a free agent, but he has $11 million club option. So, yeah. But isn't Chris Bryant a free agent after this year? Or did he sign an extension?
I think so. No, I think he's a free agent.
That is something I'll be more willing to throw my money towards Bryant, bro.
So would I. Because he could also play the outfield as well.
And he's raking in San Francisco.
Yeah. He's also a very streaky guy, though.
He'd look good in pinstripes, though. Like, he just looks like a Yankee.
He would.
You know?
Listen. I'm not trying to get myself too excited.
Well, according to Nightingale, he's already a Yankee, though, right? That was really? Nightingale, right?
Oh, no. yes, I remember.
Yeah, that was Nightingale.
Listen, yeah. Before we get ourselves a little bit too excited about like the future landscape of the New York Yankees or whatever, Dan, I say we kind of address the current state of the starting pitching because I'm going to say this, right? Going into today's start, super concerned about Jameson Taillon. So concerned. And I think if there was any bright spot from today, it was the fact that Taillon looked pretty solid coming off of like his last, 3 appearances where he looked garbage. So I don't know if like maybe he's trying to like work around whatever arm fatigue he may be feeling at this point in the year. But I'm still not necessarily like confident in the Yankees rotation going into a playoff series.
Yeah, I mean, Cole and Monty, I'm confident about. Then I guess, you have Taillon and Kluber. Those two, while yes, Taillon did look solid today after the first inning, or the second inning, whatever it was. First, he gave 2 homers at first.
Yeah.
Terrible. Yeah, he looked good. He looked good after that. Yeah, but bro, Tyone just, I don't feel that confident in him going into a postseason game, and it's
fair.
It's not as much even to do with like the recent bad starts. Like I don't know. Like I think Tyone is going to be a very good pitcher, and he has been at times this year. But like for this year, bro, he still doesn't pass my sniff test for a guy I trust in the postseason. I trust him over Kluber, but like that's not all that much better.
Yeah, I mean,
Nestor, honestly, maybe this hot take. I don't even know. Probably not even a hot take. I trust Nestor over Tyone right now. Now, I would definitely start Tyone.
Is it bad I trust Nestor over everyone?
Yeah, it is.
Other than Cole, obviously. No, okay. I'm saying other than Cole. I would trust Nestor over Monty and Tyone.
I disagree with you a lot on Monty, but like that's not like a dumb opinion, no.
No, yeah, because bro, at this point, like if you would have told me going into this year, like I'd be excited about like maybe thinking about like Nestor starting a playoff game for us, you would probably call me psychotic, dude. Like no joke.
No, you're right.
But listen, talking about the pitching, Dan, there's one guy I want to address, and I don't know how he still has a spot on this roster. Andrew freaking Heaney.
I thought you say Brooks Kriske, but yeah.
No. I mean, he's already like given at this point. But like, dude,
wait, hold on. Is it true that Heaney was warming up today? I didn't see that. That's true.
Yes, Andrew. Listen, dude.
I didn't see that.
Brooks Kriske comes in from the bullpen. Andrew Heaney was warming up behind him, dude. What are we doing at this point? Like, why is Andrew Heaney still eating innings for this team? How does he still have a spot on this roster? And the fact that yesterday, after the absolute implosion from Heaney out of the bullpen, we have Boone go on the record in the post-game press conference, be like, look, like we're still going to give him opportunities, and he just has to make the most of them. Like, dude, like how does he have a spot on this roster while Luis Gil, minor league, I believe he was like the Rail Riders player of the week last week or whatever. He went 5 shutout innings, 9 Ks. Hasn't given up a single run in 15 major league innings. How is he in the minors because the Yankees want to manipulate his service time? Meanwhile, you have Andrew Heaney up in the Bronx, like still losing games for us. We probably would win maybe like, I'd say like 3 extra games if Heaney wasn't on this team currently.
Yeah, I don't think it won't have anything to do with service time now with Gil though, because he is coming up on Wednesday, right? So that would just be a straight up call up.
But
right?
then I'm assuming he's going to go right back down after that.
Sure, but also too, I mean, like, because every call-up he's had has been either a result of a COVID or like an injury, I'm pretty sure, like a 27th man type deal. I mean, but anyways, yeah, bro. I mean, there's no reason for Luis Gil to not be on this roster when Andrew Heaney is. And I feel bad for Heaney, bro. Yeah, Kriske too, but like he's not even a real person to me, bro. He's a weird-looking dude too. Anyways, Heaney, I feel bad for him. Like, it's not his fault he's in this situation. Like, boom, Yankees, they shouldn't be putting him in. But like, I don't understand why, and this is what irritates me the most about Heaney, is like, why is it like a lock that he has to be the guy that has been following Kluber or has been pitching in the Kluber starts? Is it just because Kluber's replacing him in rotation? Like, what all of a sudden made you think like it's a good idea that just because that's the day Andrew Heaney would start, that now Kluber's starting, we should just pitch him out of the bullpen that day? It hasn't worked out with Heaney as a starter. It clearly hasn't worked out with him out of the bullpen, and I don't think you're signing him after the year. Can we agree on that? And here's the thing. He's not going to be on the postseason roster. Like right now, that's a fact.
Yeah, no shot.
What are you holding on to? Like, he's not going to be part of the postseason roster. You're not going to sign him after this year. So just DFA him. And it's the same deal. Like, bro, the Blue Jays, props to them. They got Brad Hand, bro, at the deadline. It didn't work out. What did they do? They DFA'd him. Do the same thing with Heaney. Like, you're not losing anything. You're gaining. It's an addition by subtraction, bro. And then you bring up Luis Gil.
No, but dude, also like that's why I was talking about this last night, and I compared it exactly to the Blue Jays situation. And bro, Brad Hand had the potential to be a much more significant presence on the Blue Jays than Andrew Heaney does on the Yankees. And the Blue Jays parted ways with him because they're like, you know what, we're admitting defeat in this deal. Like, it wasn't a smart move. Yeah. Gone. Like, you're hurting us more than you're helping us at this point. I don't know why the Yankees think that. I don't know if they think they're too smart for that. I don't know if they refuse to give up on Andrew Heaney. They don't want to admit defeat. It has to be an ego
thing, bro.
It has to be. They don't want to admit defeat in the deal because the 2 pitchers that they did trade to the Angels, granted, I don't think they're doing too well there, but they're both in the major leagues, probably rushed up a little bit. But now the Angels have 2 relievers pitching out of the bullpen from them that they got for the Yankees for Andrew Heaney, while the Yankees have Andrew Heaney just wasting a roster spot. And I think at this point, it probably is an ego thing that they can't like DFA him and admit defeat in the deal.
And that's the only thing I got a problem with because like, listen, I don't have an issue with the deal at the time. Like, I don't want to say it was a good deal that didn't work out, but like, it was reasonable to me to go out and get him. But like right now, like, there's just no reason for him to be on the roster. And like, I would have given them a pass if like, all right, and this is probably giving them a little too much leash, but like, if yesterday was a final straw, fine, whatever. But like the fact that he's still on the roster. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like we're not on some 40-man type shit no more. Like you get 28 guys. Like there's 2 extra roster spots available. So like it still is a roster crunch. And you're choosing to have not only Brooks Kriske on the roster, but Andrew Heaney still when Luis Gil is down in the minor leagues. And I can't even get excited about when Gil, in terms of the roster, I can't get excited about Gil coming up because it's not like Heaney's going to – it's just going to be Kriske that goes down at the time. So, I mean, like, bro, they're probably going to ride out the rest of the year with Heaney. Honestly,
For sure.
if I had to guess, Heaney will be DFA'd. If he's going to be DFA'd, he'll be DFA'd when Loaizaga, when he might come back, like the last week of September.
Can we talk about that for a minute?
Yeah.
Listen.
It's sad. It's unfortunate.
Dan, very sad. Very sad. I'm sure everyone knows by now Jonathan Loaizaga is on the IL with a shoulder strain, I believe. Rotator cuff strain, something like that. I think he's shut down from throwing for 10 days, and then I guess they're gonna like reevaluate him from that point. If we don't have Jonathan Loaizaga going into like a potential postseason, we're screwed. Like absolutely screwed.
It's for me, it's as simple as that, bro. Like if he comes back before October, I'm fine. Like I'm not worried about this. Like, we can survive a couple weeks without Loaizaga if we have to in the regular season. But like, if we do have to go without Loaizaga in October, bro, like, you know, I'll have like my faith, like my blind optimistic faith, like going into the postseason. Yankee fans, let's go, we're gonna win the World Series. But like, that'll be such a huge hit, bro. It really will be. And it's scary.
It already is, bro. You could already tell it's such a huge hit for the Yankees simply because, like, you look at Tyone's start today, right? Granted that the Yankees would have like a full strength bullpen with Britton, Loaizaga, maybe even Ridings in there. I don't know, but there's no shot that Tyone comes back out for that 7th. No shot. And the fact that he did, and then you have to kind of like bring in Brooks Kriske for when did he come in there? The 9th or whatever. Bro, it was a 3-0 game, and that's what they decided to do. Like, you punted the game in the 9th inning. And granted, like, they probably weren't going to be coming back anyway, but in a 3-0 game, there's no reason. Brooks Kriske should be pitching. And also last night, you look at the Yankees up by 3. There's no reason Andrew Heaney should be pitching in that game.
Yeah, bro, 100%. But, like, you know, obviously it's going to hurt in the regular season. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, we can survive that because I still think, like, this team is more than good enough and the other teams that are chasing us aren't as good. We're going to get a wild card spot. Now, I don't know if that's going to be at home or not, but we're going to at least get we're going to secure a postseason spot in some way. But with Loaizaga, bro, like, it's just our bullpen itself. Like, I feel like he's really the only guy that, like, when, at least right now, maybe him and Clay Holmes, I feel like the only 2 that you could actually call like dependable, you know, right now. Now, Chad Green, like, I'm not dissing him. Like, he's been good for us for years, but like, you still do have like a little bit of, you know,
I know
nervousness when he comes in. And like, obviously the same with Chapman. So like, Loaizaga was the only guy that would come in. I feel like, all right, very, very, very high chance he's going to lock this down. Like, besides him, it's really just Clay Holmes right now for me, I feel like.
Yeah, and also, I mean, we haven't necessarily like seen Clay Holmes in any sort of like high leverage situations. We've seen him pitch very well in like maybe
he had that 7th badass, that bases loaded strikeout that he had.
No, sure.
That was
but
good.
Also, I mean, the amount of times that we've seen Clay Holmes kind of get big outs in like the 8th inning is not very common. I probably like 1 or 2 times at this point. So he's going to have to take a huge step up at this point and kind of just prove that he can dominate in those big situations as well. It's not ideal, but I think I saw a tweet. I don't know who put it out. But it's like, it was a quote from Moneyball. It's like, oh, we're not going to like replace Loaizaga, but like we can make someone else Loaizaga. You know what I mean? And it's like either Abreu, Holmes. Bro, someone has to step up at this point and kind of take that role of Loaizaga. And my guy, I think you're not as high on him, but I am. I really like Albert Abreu. I think that he could step up in the absence of Loaizaga and just give the Yankees some high leverage innings as well. I think his thing has always been like, bro, he has the stuff to like be one of those top tier pitchers. And that's why I view him as like a 2019/2020 Loaizaga, because we knew he had the stuff. He just doesn't seem to be able to put it together. And if Albert Abreu can find a way to put it together, thanks to Matt Blake, I don't know, the Yankees can maybe find like a little replacement for Loaizaga. Obviously not as good, but still can be a little bit of a replacement.
You know, like I exactly agree with you, which is why I disagree with you about Abreu for this year. Like, he is, I think, like a 2019 Loaizaga. And like 2019 Loaizaga, like I wouldn't be too excited to have pitching like high leverage or postseason innings. You know, I think he could turn into a 2021 Loaizaga. But as for right now, like, I mean, listen, if he's got like, if we don't have a choice, like I'm not like crying over having to throw Albert Abreu in a game, but like it, like the fact that we have Albert Abreu, at least for this year, like it doesn't make the Loaizaga news like hurt any less. I think he could be good in the future, but like right now, like for me, it's clearly Clay Holmes that has to replace the Loaizaga innings, and Abreu, I feel like he's kind of just like what Cessa was in like 17 and 18, like where like like 17. Like I feel, or even like now, like
I miss Cessa, bro.
I know,
I
but like
miss
we're
him,
like
but also
like
no. Finish your point.
Abreu could be that guy where like, all right, you're down 6-2, but it's still like a very winnable game. Like, all right, you throw Albert Abreu in there, he'll give you 3 solid innings. But like, he's not a guy where it's like a tie game in the 8th, like where you're bringing him in. For me, at least.
Sure, and also like, I feel like we brought this up like one of our previous episodes here, but once again, why did they trade Luis Cessa?
It apparently has all to do with roster spots, which is pretty silly.
So basically, we traded Cessa, to make a roster spot for Heaney, probably. That's essentially what it worked out.
Essentially, if that's the case, yeah, Heaney, bro, and like you could. There's so many other guys on the roster that were expendable. Like assuming this is the reason, like, why didn't you just DFA Christie?
But that's what I'm saying. Why did you have to trade? And also, Wilson hasn't been that bad with the Reds.
No, I mean, I'm totally fine with them getting rid of Wilson. Like, but the issue
you didn't have to deal him in a trade with Cessa.
The issue is that at the time you think like, okay, it's to dump his salary and like, all right, word, like we got to make room. We're not paying for anybody's salary that we acquired right now. Not even Heaney, right?
That's why it doesn't make sense to me.
I forget. Do we? I mean, even if we are paying for Heaney, which I
don't think we are. No, I don't think we are.
Even if we were though, it's just like, okay, why get Heaney though? Just keep Cessa. So, no, that's something, bro. That like, there's got to be an Inside the Empire 2 book. Like that, we eventually get an answer for why. Like inside the blue room, once Luis Cessa was traded, like what was the deal with that? Because that is interesting.
It didn't make sense at the time, and then we were kind of like, well, maybe it's like a money thing, maybe it's whatever, maybe. But I think the argument in the first place was like they couldn't unload Wilson without attaching a guy like Cessa to it. But my thing is like, if that's the case, then just release Wilson. Like, you know what I mean? It's at that point where like if you have to like deal Cessa to give up Wilson, it's not that significant, bro. Or just hold on to it. Like, bro, it's stupid. But also at the same time, Luis Cessa could be eating some very high leverage innings for the Yankees right now. And that's what pisses me off the most. That's what pisses me off the most.
I don't think like, yeah, I'm with you, bro.
Another guy that I kind of, 2 more guys that I want to talk about. Maybe like that could emerge as like a replacement for Loaizaga. Luis Severino, Domingo Herman. Now, I don't know what their timetable is for return because it seems like we never get anything, bro. It always seems like, oh, yeah, they're going to be cleared to resume throwing soon. Who the hell knows if either of them is going to be coming back this year? But if either of them do, I could see them stepping up in a huge role in the bullpen. Maybe like be like a 2-inning guy like Loaizaga was, especially Severino, bro. That's a dark horse in that bullpen so far.
Sevy, bro, I'm not like I'm giving up on.
You think he's not coming back?
It's possible he could, but I can't expect it anymore. Especially, bro, it really hit the other day when Meredith was talking about in the pregame show, and like she was basically saying like they don't know when the next update was coming, and it's like, bro, like we're already in like about to be in the second week of September. Like I feel, but
is that not weird to you?
It is, but like Severino's situation is weird. Like it's not normal to like have your arm not feel right, but nothing's damaged structurally or anything. So like it still has me worried that there could actually be like an issue. But
you think it could be like a mental thing?
Nah,
like a bird kind of thing.
Nah, maybe if Sevy wasn't coming back from Tommy John, I might be a little more with you there. But like it is still like there's gonna be like hiccups here and there. But I mean Herman, I feel like he's throwing a bullpen, or he's already thrown a bullpen, I think. So I mean he's an option and he could be a weapon out of the bullpen. But Sevy, I'm just not gonna get too excited about.
And bro, also I see a lot of people asking like, why isn't Steven Ridings up? Steven Ridings is on the IL. I don't know what the injury is because I've been looking for days. I don't know what the injury is to Steven Ridings, but he definitely would be up right now if he wasn't injured because he was awesome when he was up. But dude, I don't know. I guess I'm starting to lose faith in Luis Severino too. It's just so weird. And also like the Yankees are really weird when it comes to injuries. I know like he's meaningless to this season at this point. Well, both of these guys are. Where the hell is Clint Frazier? And also, where the hell's Miguel Andujar? When he got hurt, like back in July, wasn't supposed to be like a very short stint on the IL, and now he's been out for 2 months.
Well, Clint, remember he was taken out. He took himself out of the game. So
but
I mean, like
there's been no updates out of him.
Well, since. Clint's done for the. I mean, that's something where I feel like he's essentially going under like concussion protocol now for like the rest of the year. I feel like, right? Like that's basically. I mean, they haven't said his concussion symptoms, but I feel like this all goes back to his.
Bro, it's weird how no one knows.
Andujar, I feel like is a little bit weird. Like that, we haven't really got any updates on. I think he was gonna play a rehab game, wasn't it? And then they transferred him to like the 60-day or something like that. So I mean, all we know is they're both done for the year. But like, it's weird. It's weird also for like, bro. I swear, like June, the June Yankees feel like so long ago. Like, even watching a promo of Corey Kluber's no-hitter, bro, like, that feels like forever ago. Like, it feels like years, bro, since Andujar and Clint were in a lineup together, doesn't it?
Yes.
Or am I crazy? Like,
it was like only a couple months ago.
I know, it's nuts.
And dude, that's why like I'm looking at like an Andujar update here, and like I'm thinking like these theories in my head, dude. And I'm like, yo, there might be a chance that the Yankees are probably telling these guys like, we don't really need you, just like stay home. Like, we're gonna set back your return because, bro, Andujar began a rehab assignment in mid-August, but suffered an apparent setback. And then Boone said it's less clear whether he'll have enough time to recover in time to rejoin the big league club by the end of the year. That just sounds like, bro, we don't need you.
Back.
Yeah, we don't need you, so just stay away.
I mean, Clint is never playing a game as a Yankee again. Like, that's a fact to me. Andujar, like, I just hope for his sake, like, they trade him to like a team like, I don't know, the Pirates, or like even trade him to the Orioles. I don't think the Orioles, but like a team like that where it's like the crappy team kind of tanking and like, he's going to get an opportunity. So for his sake, I'd like that to happen. But I mean, I guess if not, he could. I can't even see him competing for a job next year. Never mind. I don't know. Like, what would Andujar's role be on this team? Like,
I never understood what his role was, bro.
Like, I was thinking, like, I guess you could compete for like a backup job at third, but like, no, like, or like a backup outfielder role, but you wouldn't do that either. Like,
no, he was a starting left fielder for a while.
He was, and there was a stretch where he wasn't terrible for like a few weeks, but I don't know.
I feel bad for them, bro. It's so weird. But listen, there's something I want to get into regarding that. But before we do that, let's hit on a couple donos. We got Ivan's World with $2 dono. Appreciate you, my man. He says sign Story trade waiver for bullpen arms. Is it actually?
Yeah. So in the 8th inning, sign Story trade.
I'm not.
Bro, I've totally forgotten Trevor Story exists since the deadline. To be honest,
I'm shocked he didn't get traded.
Yeah, that was just dumb. But
so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like, now that like he's not, because like when he was coming, or like when we thought he might be coming to the Yankees, like I was kind of getting excited about it. But like once you take off like the Yankee glasses, like you really look at his year, bro. Like, he's having a bad year. I haven't checked that out recently, but like I'm not even considering signing him in the offseason.
Yeah, no.
If he was left-handed, sure, maybe. The only guy I would really look at would be Corey Seager.
And I wouldn't even do that because he's never on the field, bro. Never. Yo, also shout out to Deceit with the $2 donor. Appreciate you. I said, what do y'all think is the best Yankees lineup? Honestly, it's the same one that we've kind of been discussing for so long. Any lineup that has like Luke Voit on the lineup and Brett Gardner on the bench. That's what I'm looking at.
An ideal lineup to me, like for tomorrow, would be Rizzo leading off, Judge batting second, Gallo, highest he is 6 for now until he gets hot, gets more comfortable, and then Voit in the lineup.
So. Yeah, that's probably what I'd do. Bro, I don't really care what they do at the bottom of the order, to be honest with you. Like however way they circulate it. Like
I liked Gio a lot in the 9 hole. I'll say that. I liked him a lot batting 9th. And you know what? Tomorrow, bro, I want to see Tyler Wade playing or Velasquez. Like, same. Bro, I'm a little bit old school, I guess you could say, but if I'm a manager, bro, Gleyber, he was getting benched today after that. Because what he did yesterday, bro, was worse than just making 3 actual physical errors today. Like, that was
bro.
That shit bothers me, bro. Really bothers me. Like, that he would have been benched today, but after today, now, like, bro, just don't start Gleyber tomorrow. Like, just bench him for the day,
dude. And also, like, I don't think this is old school, but bro, what pisses me off even more is we saw 2 terrible days out of Gleyber Torres as shortstop, right? Awful. And then he has the nerve. It was later on in the game. Bro, I forgot who slid to second base. But then Glaber's like goofing around with him, like acting like he's taking his hand off the bag and tagging him. Gleyber, what are you doing, bro? You're garbage. And here you are goofing around with Marcus Semien at second base.
I don't like, and I saw Voit do it a little bit earlier, and I'm not getting on anybody, but like I cannot stand when we're losing, like, don't commingle with the other team.
No,
like, we're winning or whatever. Like, have a good time. I don't
want to see you smile.
Or if like if this was like a game in late September and like shit's clinched, like there's nothing to fight for into the playoffs, like whatever, I don't care. But like right now, bro, like you're getting embarrassed and like we're fighting for a postseason spot and you're laughing it up at the team. I'm good off that.
No, but bro, also like this is just one thing that pops into my head here. I hate to come after your boy Monty, but I don't know if you remember, bro, you remember that game against the Braves where Chapman was completely imploding, walking in guys about to give up the game. Bro, they pan to Monty in the dugout. He's laughing his ass off.
I think I do remember that. That shit bothers me.
Bro, what are you doing? Like, we're about to give up a game, and like here you are laughing your ass off in the dugout.
I don't care if you just like heard the funniest joke or saw the funniest whatever, bro. Like, do not laugh. And I was saying this yesterday, bro, to a couple people. Like, this isn't a matter of laughing, but like, you just gotta hold shit back sometimes. Because we were talking about how like Andrew Heaney when he was like, this is what I was saying about this, but it's the conversation stemmed from about like that picture of him like apparently crying or whatever. And then like we were talking about Sonny Gray smiling off the mound after he got like booed and stuff, and like Chapman when he
Chapman's,
smiles.
yeah.
Like, bro, like I don't care what the reason is. Like you could tell me, oh, it's when I get uncomfortable, I smile. Like that's great. I understand that. Don't do it. I don't want to see it. Like just don't do it. Like there's certain things. Like if we just got embarrassed, if we just lost, if we just like, because that's what's been happening lately. We get embarrassed, bro. Like I don't want to see you smiling. I don't care what it's about, bro. Like I don't care if you just won the lottery, bro. I don't care if like you're coming off a 2-homer, 3-homer game, bro. Like no, we're losing. You shouldn't be happy. And I don't want to see Gleyber happy. Like,
you know who's also the king of that?
Who?
Rougned Odor. King
really?
Of that, bro. He seems.
I don't know. He gets pretty pissed.
He goofs around at second base like so. I remember that one game in Boston, bro. There was one game in Boston where he was like, it was the game where Loizaga was imploding. You remember that one?
Yes.
Loizaga completely blew the game.
The afternoon game?
Yes. And Odor was having like so much fun at second base with like Vasquez or something. I was like, dude, what are we doing here? But yeah, bottom line, like I would love to see like Wade or Velasquez play shortstop.
You know what I just thought about though? No, I just thought about, and you'll call me biased on this, Judge fanboy. Judge, bro, when the Yankees are losing, you can see it on his face. Like, it's pretty clear how pissed he is when the
Yankees lot of the guys, bro. A lot of the guys. You look at Stanton.
I don't know.
Bro,
Stan was the other one. Stan, I would say Stan really gets pissed if we're losing and Stan has a bad at bat, he looks like he's ready to kill somebody after that. No, yeah. And you know what I've been fucking with lately with
But
Stan
I like that because
I do. And bro, dude, nobody can ever say again that Stanton doesn't care. Like, you can really see it this season. You know, I guess maybe just because, like, we're seeing him over a full year again. But, like, bro, even the biggest Stanton hater, like, in general, bro, Stanton haters are losing a lot of ammo this year, bro.
Well, no, they've just transferred over to being Gallo haters. That's what they've done.
True. No, that's so true. But, like,
same people.
Bro, as for the Stanton haters, bro, like, you've lost, like, I'm honestly, you lost the ability to call him injury prone. But he's been healthy the entire year. He's had big hits. And it's so obvious how competitive he is and how badly he wants to win. Like,
and the fact he plays the field now too.
Yeah, yep, making diving plays and shit. Which let me ask you, because I didn't really get on him about it, but some people would say that ball that went over his head. I forget who it was. Would you say that was a misplay? Was that on him? Not an error, but like, Judge may have caught it, or like a better defender, like a more comfortable defender.
It was a tough play.
I don't blame that on Stanton. It was still hard.
Yeah,
it's a tough play, yeah. And especially the angle that it's hit at, like the launch angle or whatever.
I thought of it, and I think Judge is probably like one of the only outfielders in baseball that catches that.
Also too, I mean, like if Judge had only played like 20 games in Yankee Stadium, right field or any right field, like maybe he doesn't make that play. So it's just a matter of of comfort. So
also, I mean, I kind of credit to like if Stanton was playing the outfield all year this season, he probably would have caught that ball.
And that's what I'm saying. Like when I say like the Judge thing, so like, if he was there, like you said, all year long, he probably makes that catch.
Yeah, but I mean, bottom line though, I would love to see like Velasquez or Wade at shortstop tomorrow, bro. It has to happen because like at this point, like Tyler Wade, I was looking it up the other day, dude, and I was kind of like comparing his numbers to like Rougned Odor, who's been getting consistent games started, like despite the fact that Gio and Gleyber are back. Tyler Wade has started like 3 games in like the past 3 weeks. I don't understand. And he's having a really good season offensively.
Bro, it's funny you say that.
Really good,
bro. Yes, I'm just going through my phone and I'm looking at Tyler Wade's stats, bro. He has like a 362 on base like this season,
sick.
And not in like the second half, but like you look at the season stats, bro. I think it's like over like 130 plate appearances or something. Like he has like a 360 or something like that on base. He's at like 280, bro. Like he's having a good year. Like play Tyler Wade, play Tyler Wade, bro. I want to see Tyler Wade. I don't care. It could be for Gleyber. I hope it is. But if not, okay, start it for Gio then. Put Tyler Wade in the lineup.
You want to know his numbers since the beginning of August?
What?
13 games started. That's it. He's only started 13 games since the beginning of August. But listen to this, dude. He's batting .444 with a .545 on base and an 1100 OPS, dude.
And
what the? And he doesn't start.
And bro, like, remember all those conversations we would hear? Like, Tyler Wade's on first. He could steal second. It gets in the pitcher's mind. Like, bro, I feel like it's been ages since I even heard them mention in the Yes booth because Tyler Wade hardly has been playing. Like, the threat of the steal seems to have just gone away entirely. Have you noticed that recently?
Oh, yeah. No, for sure.
And I don't know if that's because of Wade or like what. I feel like, I don't know if Judge isn't stealing as much either, bro, but like what happened that 1 month period? Yeah, he's fast, right? How fast is Velasquez? Is he really fast?
I think he's top
I mean, I'm sure he's is he okay?
I think he is.
I knew he was above average, but like, he's not Tyler Wade level though. No.
I don't know. Are you pulling up his percentiles?
Let's see. So, all right, Baseball Savant's like not working.
Really?
So I guess I don't have it.
I'm gonna try to pull it up.
Sorry to disappoint. Yeah, I mean, I figure he's probably at least in like the 70th percentile or better.
He might be higher, to be honest with you.
Well, that's still pretty good. Maybe like 80. I feel like he's probably in the 80s. Actually, now that you say that, I'll guess 80s.
He is. You're gonna guess 80s.
I'm gonna guess. Final guess.
Are we talking?
80s,
We're talking sprint speed.
Sprint speed. Yeah.
97th.
Oh shit! What?
Yeah.
Start Andrew Velasquez then, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, shit. Why you got him up there? What is his season stats looking like? Because he's fallen off a little bit, right? But
yeah, I mean, he's batting 220, 233 on base, 606 OPS.
All right, so I'd still prefer Wade, but regardless, what we're saying here, I think we agree is like switch it up a little bit. Whatever you do,
dude, here's my thing. Here's my thing. You love using Tyler Wade is like, I think the main reason Tyler Wade hasn't started too many games because the Yankees view him like much more valuable on the bench as like being a pinch runner. But
now
my thing is,
Velasquez, it's vice versa now.
Velasquez should be the guy on the bench as a pinch runner. So therefore, I'm looking at Tyler Wade. Why is he not starting games? Especially because if you look at like Odor splits over the past month, they're awful. And his defense isn't good either.
Either way. I think it can go either way. It's like a coin flip between either Velasquez or Wade. Sure. Right now, like I see Wade's on base, and I'd rather start him. Like I feel like that would be my argument. I mean, it could be honestly less than Velasquez. Who knows? I mean, this isn't like a clear-cut answer, but like I figure it's
94.
Definitely 94. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I figure if you actually like test it out, it's probably exactly the same speed. But yeah, I mean, I would start Wade just from the way like his on base has been this year, like getting on base. And, you know, a lot of that stuff is just BS hits, like him stealing hits, but that's fine. Like he just gets on base in whack-ass ways, and then he possibly could steal second and steal third, create a run. I feel like Tyler Wade is better at creating runs than from what I've seen from Andrew Velasquez. Maybe just
sure. And granted, we've seen a lot more of Tyler Wade.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm probably just being biased.
But listen, chat. Before we do wrap things up, let's do a little 5-minute banter.
I wanted to tell you, I got a new book.
Did you?
I got a new book. Yeah, you want to see it?
That's so wholesome. Yeah.
I know. I'll show you. I've got to go back.
What's it about?
Oh god, my brother's Cheated by Andy Martino. Pretty good.
Is that about the Astros?
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. Dude, there's already stuff on here.
Andy Martino. Isn't that the dude who hates the Yankees?
He might. I don't know, bro. I mean, people get on reporters of like way too much, in my opinion. It just gets
We talked about this, yeah.
Yeah, but listen, it's a solid book, and I'm only like 10 pages in, bro. And I'm already learning so much more about like the Astros about what everything that went on, bro, past 2017. And like, dude, nobody can convince me that the Astros didn't cheat in 2019. You understand, bro? Like almost every
because why wouldn't they keep it up?
Well, yeah, I mean that's bro, like my whole argument the whole time. There's like this isn't even talking about my regular argument against it. But like from what they said in this book, bro, like almost every team that the Astros faced down the stretch in the postseason was suspicious about them stealing signs. Like with like when it comes to like whistling or just like weird flashing lights they would hear, bro. Like it was like the entire league basically knew that the Astros were stealing signs in 2019. Like you're here to tell me, like if you're fucking Rob Manfred or whatever, that like they didn't, and that, like it's conclusive that the Astros didn't steal signs in 2019. Like how do you know? But yeah, it's a pretty good book so far.
Also, listen, before we get into like little stupid banter here, there's one more thing I want to bring up that Taco Nacho just brought up. So apparently Luke Voit Aaron Boone was asked today about like why he sat Luke Voit, and apparently it says even with his success against Ryu, it was because he didn't want to put Giancarlo Stanton in the outfield for a second game in a row.
You know what? I'll give Boone a pass, actually, assuming it's because that diving play in right field yesterday with Stan.
You think that banged him up?
Well, no, we know it was a topic of conversation. Boone did went in and asked him, like, are you good? And say, like, yeah, no, I'm totally fine. So, I mean, that, I guess, would make you think that Stanton could have played the outfield again. But, like, I don't blame Boone for wanting – it's not just his game, though. Like, it's –
I don't know, like, dude. If you can't start Stanton out there two games in a row, like, what are you doing?
Well, they just want to be careful with him. But the thing is, like, my point is, like, it's not just, like, an individual game question. It's, like, this whole time. Like,
no, yeah, for sure.
Like, that's what the question to me is. Like, today, I'll give you a pass on that today, Boone. But, like, overall, what's the deal, Ben? Like, that's what I would ask.
No, yeah, and also,
maybe a follow-up question.
That's why I've been asking for so long, and I think that's why a lot of people get on reporters too, because they don't necessarily like ask the questions that people want to hear all the time. And bro, I've been asking for so long, like, why is no one asking Aaron Boone, like, why Luke Voigt's not in the lineup? And all the answer we seem to usually get is, don't worry, he'll be in the lineup tomorrow. Like, that's not what the question is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Bro, I'm looking at the free agent list for this coming year. Man, yo, like, I'm starting to really like Marcus Semien, bro.
Really?
He's on a
He's
one-year
gonna get
deal.
paid though.
I'd pay him, bro. I don't know. I mean, it depends. Like, because what you could do is
Tie game? Did the Rays just tie it?
please. Yes, they did. It's a tie game, bro.
I
It's a
love
tie game.
Tampa.
Dude, and you know what's even greater about that? Or not what's even greater, but another bonus of this is, bro, you know how the Red Sox had a 7-0 lead? You know who blew that lead? Or who?
Know.
Bro, no. Chris Sale started this game. He only went 3 2/3 innings. Yeah.
He gave up. Wait, how many runs?
He gave up 5 runs. It shows only one of them were earned.
Inside the park homer?
Oh, wait. Cruz did that. Yeah, I remember.
No,
I saw that.
Cruz did it inside the park homer?
I think it was an inside the park, like, grand
Meadows?
slam. Wait.
So they had a second one. Because I saw the ball that Verdugo dropped.
Somebody told me that Nelson Cruz had an inside the park, like, grand slam.
But that was earlier in the game because Verdugo dropped the ball in center. Meadows probably just did another one.
Dude, no. 2 inside the park. What?
I love Tampa so much, dude.
Bro, I'm over this. I go to check Twitter, bro, and this is every time I go on to Twitter, bro, I can't even browse no more.
That's sad.
3 hours and
You
35
do it
minutes.
yourself, though. Verdugo dropped it again? Bro, there's
go.
no way. I'm going to have to watch that after we hop off here. I would show it on the screen, but then I'm not trying to get, like, MLB after us. But listen,
yeah, you don't want to do that.
With that being said, that's going to be wrapping things up for today's episode of the Pat and Dan Show. Listen, Dan, hopefully
I'll have a much better rest of my night if Boston loses.
Bro, like, this was a nice therapy session. I feel much better now than I did before.
It always is, bro. Like, Pat, just compare how I first was when I entered the call with you. Compared to now, it just makes me feel better.
Listen, you good?
Yeah. Listen. I know it still, like, hurts because, like, if Boston loses and we won, we would have gained a game. But, like, in my head, always just make me feel better. Like, if Boston loses today, for example, like, to me, it just cancels out. And, like, all right, we start fresh tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, we still could have gained a game. Yeah, it sucks. But, like, if Boston loses, like, just protect. Like, today essentially just didn't happen. That's the way I look at it. And we start fresh tomorrow.
Dude,
and Cole is on the mound tomorrow, bro.
That's a plus. That's a huge plus.
It's a negative for the fact that Gary isn't going to be playing. But it's, yes, I think we're going to win tomorrow's game because Cole is going to save us.
Bro, what I wanted to tell you, last night I was streaming on Twitch, right? Just watching random videos. You know what the chat made me watch?
What?
Lights Out.
No way.
Bro, it was so bad.
Wait,
yeah.
What? Did we do a channel for that? Was it a Lights Out channel?
It was on, like, the Unhinged media channel. Like, not this one.
Wait, how do I find it? What do I look it up?
I could send you the link after.
Yeah, word. How was it?
Dude,
bad?
It was, like, we were so bad. You were literally like this the entire time. You were talking this way. You were like, yeah, I think Garrett Cole's going to sign before January. I'm like, bro.
This was before Cole signed, huh?
Yeah, it was, bro. We were so bad.
Wait, so when was this?
This was like December.
Was it
like
before
early
2019? Oh,
December 2019. Yeah.
Bro, you got to send me the link to that. I got to watch.
I
didn't know that was still on there.
It was so.
I probably have tried to find it before, but yeah, dude. How long did that last? Was that a 1 episode thing?
Bro, the funny part is, bro, someone in the comments, one person in the comments was like, "Yo, I'm so nice to have another place to, like, watch Yankees content. Like, I can't wait to see what you guys have in store." Bro, I replied to him. I said, "Hope you're doing well."
Bro, I hope that person has found their way to these streams. I really do.
I hope so, dude.
If you have, bro, say it in the comments.
Bro, shout out to you. That's an OG.
You got to send me the link.
No, I'll send it to you. But listen, with that being said, hopefully we have a little bit better vibes on Thursday for the next episode of the Pat and Dan Show after that game. But with that being said, that's going to wrap things up. We'll see you guys all next time. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Finally a night game, dude. 6 p.m. for the pregame. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. We'll see you all next time. Peace.